Hey y'all, welcome in. So Valentine's Day is literally the day after tomorrow. So I wanted to go ahead and have some fun and do a heart-shaped build in The Sims. I've never done one before. I stick to typically normal shape houses. So playing around with what this would look like. Don't mind me trying to figure out the layout. I really wanted to play with the round walls, which are such a pain through and through. Just a struggle with those round walls. They paint all together, like the wallpaper paints all together. They don't shrink down. Things stick. You try to like get rid of them, get rid of a wall, get rid of something you placed, and it doesn't want to leave. I tried to paint the ceiling and that doesn't work. It was definitely a struggle, but I think the overall shape is really pretty. Obviously not perfect. It's The Sims. What are you gonna do? My idea at first was really to kind of stick into that like quintessential Valentine's Day colors, red, pink, and white. But honestly, I just ran with the pink, and I do use other swatches, but I really stick to a whole lot of pink in this house. I honestly struggled with what the roof was going to look like. I wasn't going to try and roof this thing. It would look insane with a roof. So I struggle a lot with wanting it to be pretty, but it's a heart-shaped house. How much can I really do to make this house pretty with it being heart-shaped? I want to put a platform to make a little porch, but honestly, then it kind of ruins the shape, right? It's not a perfect heart if you look at it from above. I'm like, okay, well, never mind on that. So just a staircase. I can't do a staircase on a diagonal. And then I'm like, okay, well, it looks really weird that there's doors on the butt of the heart. So I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can make this rounded platform looking thing. No, I can't. I don't want to do one door on one side, so therefore I come up with this master of a plan that I would create a roommate house. Now, I know you can't do rentals on the beach. If you don't know that, you can't do residential rentals on a beach. And that's fine. I decide roommates. They are best friends. They love the color pink and they live in the same household, but it's like a duplex situation where they each have their own side, their own front door, and they just so happen to live in this heart-shaped house with each other. It was a great way to play into this house. Now, the outside, I leave it alone. At this point, I do a few things, but honestly, this house is ridiculous looking, and that's just is what it is. So I get inside and I'm like, I want to do like a zigzag, like a broken heart, like a friendship heart, you know? Well, the round walls will not let me delete the middle line. What else can I do? I will just leave it line right down the middle of the heart, separating the houses. It's cute. I was going to dive into the chaos of the zigzag friendship heart, but it's fine. It is. Okay, I was going to have fun with it, and it was going to be crazy, and it was torturing myself, but it's fine. It worked out like this anyways. Put down some lights. I just use these for now, shrunken down. I do change them to the regular saucer lights where I can because the round walls won't let me delete the lights that are close to them. It's fine. I left it alone. But I go ahead and do this crazy shaped bathroom down at the bottom, and then get the layout. What am I going to need in this bedroom so I know how big I want the bedroom? And this house really turns out giant. I mean, I fill the space up well, but it's a lot bigger than I think I anticipated when I built this heart. I definitely could have made it smaller, but there was no way I was going to go back and like shrink it down. Like, it's just too much work with these rounded walls. I get the color scheme in my head right, so it's pink. I decide to live into the chaos and do the pink that The Sims classifies as pink. That's kind of more of a purpley pink. And then I would do like more of like a soft corally pink. So my sister has pink hair, loves pink, and she's very picky on pink. And so she has trained my eye to where when I look at these colors, I see purple and coral. Like a soft peachy coral instead of, you know, so it is what it is. I don't necessarily see pink when I look at these colors, but the game classifies them as pink. So we're running with it. Going ahead, making these small little bedrooms that have enough room for their bed, a dresser, a mirror, and a nightstand. And we're just diving into these different but same personalities, okay? They love pink. They love a different version of pink, which, hey, everyone does. Using base games, kitchen counters, that purpley pink, because it's perfect. I am using medium wall height right now, but I do go and change it to the short wall height. It just is easier, and it's already going to be hard to decorate these round walls. Like, I don't need the extra height. Later on, it does get changed. You'll see it happen eventually, but just so you know, it doesn't stay this tall, because that's a lot of wall to have to like do something with. And I'm really just going through and picking things out. As you see, I've placed the kitchen down. Now let's get some couches. Let's get a table and chairs for like a little dining space. Just kind of laying out what this is going to look like. Now that we've got the basic layout pretty much done, I really wanted to get in here and start adding a little bit of base things. So getting some tile in the bathroom, putting some flooring around the house, some wallpaper, and definitely getting some windows in here real soon, because I know that there aren't any windows. I really needed the house laid out before I could add those windows in. I wanted to live in chaos in this side of the heart. I don't know why. I don't know. This person just screamed like really maximalist to me, okay? They live in the color and they live in the chaos and they love pink and just want to like breathe in deep the maximalist that they are on the inside. And I struggled keeping it like that. I really did. But honestly, at the end, I go in and I like look at what a different wallpaper would look like in that house, and it just didn't feel right. So they get to live and breathe maximalism. And this other side, while they are not minimalist, they are softer in their maximalism. I go ahead and change the foundation to white, and you're just gonna have to ignore the fact that the foundation is off on the rounded walls. Like, why? But it is, and so you just have to deal with it like I had to deal with it. I do cover it up a little bit with some planty plants, but honestly, you just dive into it because there's nothing else you can do. Go ahead, get windows because I've been needing them, right? So I do have to change those to the shorter ones. But For Rent has some beautiful pink windows. Like if you don't want to live in the Strangerville pink windows, For Rent has some really pretty ones. So this is when I decide what I'm gonna do with the top. I want to make the roof like a little rooftop space that your Sims can go hang out in. I thought what it would look like to add an extra room up here. I honestly wasn't feeling it. I end up getting rid of all that, just fencing it in and making like a nice patio area, but on your roof instead. So like a rooftop garden. There ends up being a hot tub up there. It turns out really pretty. I really did struggle trying to decide how it would look at first. I think what really decided this for me is that I didn't want a roof. I didn't like the way it looked. I thought that it didn't vibe well for me. So I didn't want a roof. So I get rid of this idea of having a room right there. I mean, I really do try to play into it, okay? I add some fencing and try my hardest to make it look good, and I just didn't like it. I wasn't feeling it. So we nix it completely. And then I'm like, well, what if I did a diagonal, like, square room up here? And I live into that, okay? I'm like, okay, well, let's get a roof up here. Let's put some windows. And I'm like, oh, wait, they would need a door to get into this space. Well, what if I didn't do windows? What if I made it open and did columns and a spandrel? And then I was like, well, I want some fencing. So I go ahead and recreate the shape so I can go in with automatic fencing so that I can get those nice rounded fences without too much struggle. As you can see, I'm already struggling trying to get rid of that middle line right there. It never fully goes away, as you see. Like the fence wants to slot to that middle line. So I try to like get rid of it. Doesn't happen. It's fine. It's fine. It really is. It's fine. So going in with those spandrels and columns, it was cute. I did like a little lattice thing on the roofing with the short fences, which you'll see in a second. I know I'm a little ahead, but I'm just thinking about everything that I did to this place. It really was a lot of back and forth, which I feel like is good. Sometimes you have to like put something up and sit with it to know if you like it or not. Take for instance, this fencing. It's beautiful. My wedding stories. It wasn't the right shade of pink. I did love the way it looked. I ended up going with a different fencing in the end because it just looked better. But I had to sit with this to know if I really liked it or not. And so that's like one of the best pieces of advice I can give is that if you're not sure, sit with it. After you look at it for like 10, 15, 20 minutes, you're gonna know, I don't like it. Also, I've never used the rainbow, so we use the rainbow because it's absolutely cute and it just screams like happiness and Valentine's Day and love and, you know, all the good things, all the good things. And here we go. I'm changing up the fencing on top. So that's the one I use. So like I said, you just kind of go back and forth and sit with it, don't sit with it. You find what works for you. And I find like when I'm making a tough decision about my build, like I just sit with it for a little bit and live with it and see what I think. So this is when I start my little lattice work thing on the roof. And it's cute and it was a little like tiny labor of love to do. It didn't feel right. There was just something about it that like was too structured. And maybe I could have put some flowers on it, but I ended up getting rid of it completely and throw a hot tub down. It's the controversial hot tub. Throw that down and it's pink and pretty and has a little roof of its own. And now I'm just playing around with different decor items, make this space really pretty and a celebration of love, which sounds kind of corny, but that's what it is. Like it's a friendship love. I mean, Valentine's Day doesn't have to represent like a romantic love. It can be a friendship love. I mean, you have Valentine's Day and I'm single and plan to be single for the foreseeable future. I love my sisters. We are super close and they are literally my best friends. I have friends, you know, obviously I have friends, but I'm super close to my sisters. And so we do stuff for Valentine's to like celebrate our sisterly love. And so like this year we're planning on going and getting tattoos. One of my sisters is in the Philippines right now and the other one is planning a retreat, going to a retreat this coming weekend. So we are planning our tattoos for the weekend after Valentine's. Not matching ones. We want matching ones, but we're going to plan that for a later date. Right now, it's just going and getting tattoos because it's been 2 years basically. So I love the idea that Valentine's Day doesn't have to be with your significant other. It can be your best friend, your sister, someone who's just special to you that means a lot to you. You just appreciate them and celebrate the love you have for them on Valentine's Day. Anyways, thanks for coming to my TED Talk. All right, I am prepping to shorten the walls. I didn't want a whole bunch of stuff all out of place. So I shrink the walls down, change the doors, and then get rid of those windows, put the new windows up, and it's all feeling so much better to me now. Now it comes to like clutter, okay? I do use non-pink things. It really wasn't like a pink challenge. It was just to kind of like live in the chaos and do it pink in Valentine's, and I use a lot of pink. But I really do go in and use non-pink things and try to make this place really cute. Okay, let me talk about this bathroom. I love this bathroom and the little talking toilet. And then I put that like speech bubble mirror and it looks like the toilet's talking with the speech bubble coming out of it. I live. I thought it was so funny and kind of cute and just a little moment to be silly and have fun with the talking toilet that's that bright pinky purple color. Like if we're honest, the bathroom layouts were super weird. It's a weird shape, and that's fine. I lived in it, okay? We dove into the weirdness, adding some clutter. I put that little shelf. I know it's like a baby shelf, but I thought it was cute. It's pink. Who cares that it's got blocks on them? You never know. Maybe those blocks are boxes that store little bathroom trinkets. I don't know. It's your story. You do it the way you want to do it. The cupcake pictures, because they're a must. They're pink. I mean, what more do you want? Now, I will say that this maximalist bedroom, I literally don't put a bunch of stuff on the walls because the walls are already so busy. I don't actually stick with the flower wallpaper. I use the tiger wallpaper instead. I don't put a whole lot of stuff on the walls in there. I mean, yes, they're maximalist, but at a certain point, like their eyes are being assaulted. Just in here, living my best rug layering life. I really just wanted pretty rugs to layer, and yeah, they're kind of the same color, but the textures are different, so I thought that was kind of fun. Getting rugs down, and we're just like working our way through the decorations. Then I decide, you know what would take up some great space? If these best friends had animals. So I give them cats. They're a fiction of my imagination. They don't exist, but if they existed, they would have cats. So we add the litter box and we add the cat tree and water bowls. And I know technically you only need a food bowl, but it feels right to put a water bowl and a food bowl. So that's what I do. I always do that. I always do both. Now, if I'm being honest, this is not play tested. I don't think that you really want to live here, but if you do, I will put it on the gallery, but just know I didn't get in here with a sim and play test this at all. I wanted to, but time crunch. I'm thinking that everything should work. But who knows? It's The Sims, right? So if it works, it works. And if it doesn't, blame the round walls. Like, that's just what we're going to blame, the round walls. If it doesn't work, we are going to just blame the round walls because they are an issue. I mean, you saw, I couldn't get rid of the middle line that wasn't even like near the round walls. I have to say though, I think this little heart-shaped house turns out really cute. It was a lot of fun to add a lot of different clutter and really dive into pink. I don't think I have like dived into pink this much since I did my Barbie houses when I first started my channel, which I just want to take a moment to say, like, y'all are so awesome. I just appreciate every single one of you, and thanks for watching and being here and letting me like have fun and build in The Sims and watching it. So really coming to the end of this, we are just adding a bunch of clutter everywhere, living our best clutter life. We're going to add a few more things in here, and then we're going to hop outside and finish working on the roof and get some landscaping down. All right, so right now I'm just changing up the wallpaper in the soft pink house and seeing if I want to do something different in the purple pink room. All right, so let's go ahead and jump outside. Like, this is when I'm trying to replace these saucer lights, and they would just not come out of the round rooms. So they stay, and I just add the regular saucers because they're so bright and they really make a difference in how dark this house was before, and now it's nice and bright. We have pretty much finished. We're gonna go ahead and jump outside and get finished out there. So upstairs, kind of just sorting things around. I've already got a few things, but I really wanted to add more plants up here and just make it feel like a really nice spot to go sit, relax. There's a bench, there's places to lay out. You can get in the hot tub, trying to make this like your hangout when you're done being your antisocial self and you want to hang out with your best friend and you don't want to do it indoors. Come up to the roof and chill and live your best life up there. Got some beach towels down, a little picnic table, some floaties in the water, and some jet skis. And now we're just doing some landscaping, and I wanted to obviously do pink. We get in here, I wasn't really like feeling the way this looked. I really wanted to use island living landscaping so that way it felt like more of what the world has to offer. So we go in here and start just changing everything up a little bit, and it really feels so lush in the end that I'm so here for it. After I finish this landscaping, we're doing terrain paint. I'm not doing terrain paint until the very end anymore. I had the glitch happen. I knew it would happen eventually. It happened, and my terrain paint deleted a couple houses ago, and I didn't realize it until I put it on the gallery, so I had to like redo it. It was just a mess. Anyways, so terrain paint at the end. We're getting to the end, so let's go ahead, hop in, and look at some screenshots of this really pretty heart-shaped house for some like roomie besties. If you really like this build and you want it for yourself, you can of course get it off the gallery. My EA ID is katxthrash, just like the name here on YouTube. If you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, come back for more. I hope you have a really great Valentine's Day, whatever that looks like, whatever you're doing. If you're not with loved ones, make sure to just give yourself all the self-love because you deserve it. You're amazing, and I appreciate you sitting here watching this video. If nothing else, know that like you're so awesome, bestie, and I hope you really enjoy your Valentine's Day. Go get some chocolate or buy yourself a card or buy yourself something special because you deserve it. I hope you have a great night wherever you are. Bye, y'all.